Imagine a world covered in vast sheets of ice stretching for miles. The landscape is stark and beautiful, a frozen expanse that seems to go on forever. This is not a scene from a distant planet, but our very own Earth, transformed by the relentless grip of an ice age. This was Earth during the last ice age, which began around 100,000 years ago. During this period, massive ice sheets advanced and retreated, shaping the land beneath them. The climate was drastically different from what we experience today. Giant glaciers like rivers of ice carved out valleys and mountains. These glaciers were powerful forces of nature, slowly but inexorably grinding down the rock and soil, leaving behind the dramatic landscapes we see today. The air was much colder, and many parts of the world were covered in snow and ice all year round. The seasons were harsh, with long, frigid winters and short, cool summers. It was a time when survival required incredible resilience. But even in this frozen world, life found a way. Despite the extreme conditions, a variety of animals adapted to the cold and thrived. Woolly mammoths, with their thick fur coats, roamed the icy plains. These majestic creatures were well suited to the cold, with long, shaggy hair and a layer of fat to insulate them from the freezing temperatures. Giant sloths lumbered through the forests, their massive bodies moving slowly but steadily. These gentle giants were a common sight in the Ice Age woodlands, and saber-toothed cats stalked their prey. These fearsome predators were the apex hunters of their time, with long, curved fangs designed to take down large herbivores. These creatures were well adapted to the harsh conditions of the Ice Age. Their physical adaptations and behaviors allowed them to survive and even flourish in an environment that would be inhospitable to most modern animals. However, around 11,000 years ago, the Earth began to warm, and the ice began to melt. This dramatic shift in climate marked the end of the last Ice Age, leading to significant changes in the environment and the creatures that inhabited it. This marked the end of the last Ice Age and the beginning of a new era, an era that would see the rise of human civilization. As the ice receded, humans began to settle and develop the foundations of the societies we know today. The end of the Ice Age was not a sudden event, but a gradual process that unfolded over thousands of years. This monumental shift in Earth's climate marked the transition from a world dominated by vast ice sheets to one where the ice began to retreat, giving way to the landscapes we recognize today. The Earth's climate is a complex system influenced by many factors. These factors include atmospheric composition, ocean currents, volcanic activity, and even the position of continents. Each of these elements plays a role in shaping the climate we experience. Scientists believe that a combination of natural processes led to the end of the Ice Age. By studying ice cores, sediment layers, and other geological evidence, researchers have pieced together a picture of how these processes interacted over millennia. One of the most important factors was the Earth's orbit around the Sun. This orbit is not static, but changes over time due to gravitational interactions with other celestial bodies. Our planet's orbit is not perfectly circular, but slightly elliptical, and the Earth's axis is tilted. These variations, known as Milankovitch cycles, affect the distribution and intensity of sunlight reaching the Earth's surface. These factors cause variations in the amount of solar radiation that reaches different parts of the Earth at different times of the year. This, in turn, influences seasonal weather patterns and long-term climate trends. Over thousands of years, these variations can cause significant changes in Earth's climate. The interplay between solar radiation, atmospheric conditions, and geological factors creates a dynamic and ever-changing climate system. Around 11,000 years ago, the Earth's orbit and tilt aligned in a way that caused the northern hemisphere, where most of the ice sheets were located, to receive more solar radiation during the summer months. This increase in solar energy contributed to the melting of the ice sheets, leading to the gradual thawing of the planet. Imagine the Earth spinning on its axis like a top. Now imagine that this top is slightly tilted. This tilt is what gives us our seasons. When the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it's summer there. When it's tilted away, it's winter. But the Earth's tilt doesn't stay the same. Over thousands of years, it wobbles slightly like a spinning top that's starting to slow down. This wobble is called precession. At the same time, the Earth's orbit around the Sun also changes slightly, becoming more or less elliptical. These changes are caused by the gravitational pull of the Sun and other planets. These subtle shifts in Earth's orbit and tilt, known as Milankovitch cycles, can have a profound impact on our planet's climate. They can cause ice ages to begin and end, and they can influence the severity of seasons. As the Earth began to receive more solar radiation, the planet started to warm. This increase in temperature had a cascading effect on various natural systems. As the ice sheets melted, they reflected less sunlight back into space, further amplifying the warming effect. This reduction in reflectivity is a critical factor in the acceleration of global warming. This is known as the albedo effect. The albedo effect plays a significant role in regulating the Earth's temperature by reflecting solar energy. Think of it like wearing a white shirt on a sunny day. It reflects more sunlight and keeps you cooler than a dark shirt, which absorbs more sunlight. This simple analogy helps us understand the importance of reflective surfaces in maintaining cooler temperatures. The warming was also accelerated by the greenhouse effect. This effect is crucial in understanding how our atmosphere retains heat. Gases in the Earth's atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor, trap heat from the sun. These gases act like a thermal blanket, keeping the planet warm enough to support life. This is a natural process that helps regulate Earth's temperature, like a blanket keeping our planet warm. Without this natural greenhouse effect, Earth would be too cold for most forms of life. However, as the Earth warmed, more greenhouse gases were released into the atmosphere, further enhancing the warming effect. Human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, have significantly increased the concentration of these gases. For example, as ice sheets melted, they released methane, a potent greenhouse gas, that had been trapped beneath them. This release of methane contributes to a feedback loop, where warming leads to more greenhouse gases, which in turn leads to more warming. Section 5. Clues from the past. Scientists have gathered a wealth of evidence to support these theories about the end of the last ice age. They study ice cores drilled from ancient glaciers which act like time capsules, preserving information about past climates. By analyzing the layers of ice, scientists can determine the composition of the atmosphere and the temperature at different points in time. They also study sediment cores extracted from lake beds and ocean floors, which contain fossils and other clues about past environments. Tree rings, too, provide valuable information about past climates. The width and density of tree rings can tell us about temperature and precipitation patterns. Section 6. The rise of humans. The end of the last ice age had a profound impact on life on Earth, particularly for our own species. As the climate warmed and the glaciers retreated, humans were able to migrate to new areas and expand their populations. The abundance of food and resources allowed for the development of agriculture and the rise of civilizations. Some scientists believe that humans may have also played a role in the warming process, even in those early days. As humans cleared forests for agriculture and burned wood for fuel, they released carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. While the impact of early humans was likely small compared to natural processes, it highlights the interconnectedness of humans and the environment. Section 7. A world transformed. The end of the last ice age led to a dramatic reshaping of Earth's landscapes. As the glaciers retreated, they carved out valleys, lakes, and fjords. Melting ice sheets caused sea levels to rise, inundating coastal areas and creating new landforms. The warming climate also led to significant changes in vegetation patterns. Forests expanded northward, replacing the tundra and grasslands that had dominated the Ice Age landscape. Animals migrated to new habitats and ecosystems adapted to the changing conditions. Section 8. The future of our planet. The story of the last ice age reminds us that Earth's climate is not static but is constantly changing. While natural processes have always driven climate change, human activities are now having a significant impact on our planet's climate system. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and other human activities are releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at an unprecedented rate, causing Earth's average temperature to rise. This warming is already having observable effects, such as rising sea levels, more frequent heat waves, and changes in weather patterns. Section 9. What we can learn. By studying the past, we can gain a better understanding of how Earth's climate system works and how it has responded to changes in the past. This knowledge can help us make more informed decisions about how to address the challenges of climate change today. Just as the end of the last ice age ushered in a new era for life on Earth, we are now entering a new era, the Anthropocene, an era in which human activities are the dominant force shaping our planet. The choices we make today will determine the course of our planet's future for generations to come. By understanding the lessons of the past, we can work together to create a more sustainable future for all.